It's Dr. Jack Barnathan, and I have the privilege to be talking with my friend Elena Smirnova. Hi, Elena.
Hi, how's it going, Dr. Jack? Great to see you.
Great to see you. This is outstanding. Elena, I recently was writing something about Elena, and I said she makes the term triple threat seem limiting. And the kind of passion, Elena, deal with it, Elena. I'm
Okay,
gonna
I'm
say
gonna try
these.
not to blush.
Don't blush, right? This is somebody who has defined, a lot of people agree, it's a fresh energy with a depth of passion and purpose that's different in real estate. This is someone who's one of the top five New York City real estate agents at the agency. Record-breaking sales, over $250 million in volume. This is someone who's at the top, but this is the cool part. I often in my coaching and I work with people and in all kinds of arenas, and they love to say that they're artists at what they do. But here's the cool thing, Elena. You first came to New York for your Carnegie Hall premiere. So
Yeah.
we're talking about someone in the top in real estate, in investment, in new developments. But then you came here as a pianist studying since you were a child, coming from Russia with your family as a child, and
Mhm.
and graduating at the top of your class. And you, to me, your art. And you know what? The guy that I get my car fixed with is an artist. And I think that because he has that touch, there's a difference. The market I go to for my vegetables, same thing. There's a grocer there who's an artist. And I think that idea of being successful, being an artist,
Mhm.
and being able to live a life that's inspiring others. And that's kind of what I want to ask you about. Here, I'll make the question simple. How do you do it, Elena? How do how do you do it? How does it all come together?
Yeah, no, I think that's a really great introduction, first of all. Thank you. Yeah, so I think it stems a lot from my family history. So, right, we came from Russia. I was an immigrant, and then moving to Colorado first when I was 5. And I always felt the desire to, make my parents proud that they brought me and my brother to the States. And I always put the bar very, very high. I worked with my mom, studied Russian, so I didn't lose that, so I didn't lose my history where I came from. And, I've always been an artistic person. Since I was 3, I did ballet. And then piano came when I was about 9 years old, where I asked my aunt to teach me piano. She was a concert pianist, and I just fell in love with it. It was a way to kind of express myself, and I really enjoyed performing and getting better. It was like I felt accomplished when I could play a piece of music by memory, and that kind of fueled, early on my passion towards just achievement and success. But, some people look down upon like too ambitious or, you shouldn't do this. It's like you should have fun more, but it really is part of my personality. Like I like to do everything very, very well at the top level. And that also spilled over into my academics because, I had to get good grades to get into a good college. So I went to University of Colorado, almost full scholarship. I got like a good,
Wow.
scholarship from there. And when I was about to graduate, I won this piano competition. It was based in New York, got first prize, and the prize was to perform at Carnegie Hall. So I was just amazed. Like I couldn't believe it when I read the email. I was like, is this a mistake? But because growing up in a small town, I was in Boulder. I didn't know like this is international, New York. So that really was the first time I felt like, wow, I think I can do something really great. And it's always been my dream to come to New York. So that was the first, step to do that. And then I applied to grad school, Manhattan School of Music, and then I got in. So I moved to New York when I was 21, and I haven't left since. So it's just been a whirlwind. And then real estate came about just because I've always been interested in it, but also my piano teacher at the time, she's kind of like witchy. She saw like something in me that she thought I could do real estate really well. As I was getting my teaching business off the ground, it was called Little Chopin's, really cute
Oh, wow.
agency for music lessons. So I started that when I graduated and came back to New York from Spain after doing like a 8 month post-grad degree. And so once I started that, I realized I was really passionate about entrepreneurship and business. And even though I knew nobody in New York City, like
Mm.
I didn't have any connections. I just thought I would give it a shot. So I actually spent my last $500 I had saved as a musician to get my real estate license. And that was a big risk, right? Like
Yeah,
switching something
I'd
I didn't
say.
know. But I just trusted in my gut. I was like, if I can achieve, this level in music, I feel passionate about real estate. I like people. I like connecting with people. That's also what I liked about music, connecting with people. So I wanted to use those skill sets and see if I could actually make some good money doing real estate.
Sure.
And then it just took off. It was like I was a fish in water, as they say. First deal I did in a month, and then, it took off from there. I've been doing it 13 years now, and I'm just really grateful and lucky. I feel like I found my groove. I found what I'm supposed to be doing, and now I can do my music as well and enjoy it.
You
So,
you you bring in my mind, you bring to your enthusiasm for what you do artistry.
yes.
You're a patron of the arts. You support the arts. You're an
Mhm.
athlete, and considering I've worked with some of the best in the world, I can say that you also you enjoy so many different arenas of art, modeling.
Yeah.
I saw some of your painting. Uh, it's exciting. So you're the part of your soul, or the part of your education and spirit that's an artist. Do you feel that has a lot to do with the respect people have for you, for your negotiation skills and the attention to
Oh,
detail
yes.
you
I think
bring?
Yeah, being a musician, they say we use a part of the brain that is also analytical. It's not just creative, because memorizing the piece of music, it's almost like an architectural piece. You
Right?
see the structure and the chords, the harmonies. So that kind of gives me, I think, an edge compared to some other agents. Also, coming from a scientific household, my parents were scientists. I was always really good at math and science. So that also really comes into play when I analyze investments. I can confidently speak about them to clients, so they're, impressed that I'm not just some, person or a salesperson. I also have, that analytical side and the passion for it. I really enjoy it. So that comes through. I think that I developed through music. And people kind of can tell when someone has a depth, like a cultural background, rather than people that are just focused on one thing and that's it. That can be great too if they're really passionate about it. But I feel like for me, it needs to be well-rounded, and I just have many outlets that I feel like, it's art or fashion or fitness, because, I was a
Yeah.
ballet dancer. So I always wanted to continue moving and improving my body and seeing how that actually spilled over into other aspects of my life. When you're like constantly taking care of yourself, you also start to take care of your work on a different level, and
Yes.
everything kind of goes together. So I'm very, very committed to fitness. I go every day to the gym, or if I don't, I do something that's, walking or biking, to keep myself active. And I like how it makes my brain work and things like that. So I really enjoy it.
I think what's exciting too about it is that you share it with other people, and by sharing it, you're inspiring other people,
Yes.
Elena. And don't you think we need more of that where people are genuinely sharing out of
Yeah, I
an
think so. I did a mastermind back in 2013 with Frederick Eklund, top broker at the time. He was
or
yeah, still he is, but now he's in Miami. But at the time he was in New York. And I looked up to him a lot, and he mentioned that clients want to see you who you are as a person. They're not just buying real estate, they're buying who you are. Like they want to know who's handling the biggest transaction of their lives. They don't want it to be some stranger that, they just found online. So he's the first person who told me in that mastermind to brand yourself, find what's your passion, and also combine it. So it could be real estate and music or whatever, real estate and fitness.
yeah.
So I started with real estate and music, and then it obviously grew and expanded. But at first I was like, no, but I should be posting just real estate. Otherwise, people think I'm not serious. So I kind of got that limiting belief out of the way and just went for it. I'm like, some people will not follow me, some people will be my biggest fans. Like, it's not, I don't think about like the result really. So now seeing that people actually enjoy watching my content and get inspired by it, it's like really rewarding. But also, it was not ever like my goal, if that makes sense. I was just sharing to share and like express myself. And then I found that, I'm getting a good response from it. So I'm going to keep doing it.
If we're excited about what we're doing and it like spontaneously comes out like, gosh, I got to tell you about this. My mechanic will I always have to set aside an extra half hour with him if I'm getting an oil change because he'll say, "Oh, Doc Jack, let me show you this car. This car was made in 1992, but that year they did." Now, I'm not a car guy, but I love that my car guy loves and he loves to share. Oh, this is a
Yeah,
great insight. Or like my produce person will say, there's a farm upstate that I go to on the weekends to get my
sure.
broccoli. It's like,
Yeah.
yeah, and
Well,
you
because we want that. We want to know what's good. We want people to share their knowledge. And
yeah,
that's amazing, that, yeah, yeah. Going to the grocery store after having your broccoli from upstate, I'm sure is not the same.
it's a different experience. It really is. And having
Yeah.
someone who's going to be working with us and helping us to
Mhm.
find our home or our investment or all the above, how exciting can that be?
Exactly.
It's incredible. And you're making it real for people to be able to discover these things. It's exciting. You can hear they're texting already to want to talk to you, Elena.
Yeah. Leave me alone, guys. I'm busy.
Really? And you know what's exciting too? I learned like five more things about you I didn't know, and I thought I had your bio down really great.
You actually know me very well, Dr. Jack,
Yeah,
but
and that's also cool. It's like there's this cool, unexpected but undeniable edge to you of somebody who's passionate about what they do. And this is inspiring for all of us, but it's not just for real estate. You're really inspiring people's lives. And I'm excited sharing you with the people
Mhm.
that I work with, which is in a very wide audience. And I'm
Yeah.
grateful for your time today, Elena. This
I
was
really appreciate
wonderful.
talking with you as always. It's been such a pleasure. I enjoy it very much. Thank
Thank
you.
thank you, Elena.
Have a